What's going on, YouTube? This is Chad Cooke with Cooke Pressure Washing here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And today I'm going to show you the easiest way to pressure wash a house. Now, I did make a whole intro for you guys showing you this house before, but it turns out, of course, my phone was not recording. So I'm going to do a voiceover. It'll be just as good, I promise. So the first thing I should start out saying actually is you do not pressure wash a house. It's actually called a soft wash. If you pressure wash the house, there's so many different variations of ways that you could cause damage to the siding. That's why all professional pressure washing companies use a soft wash process. As you can see right here, there is no pressure coming out of my wand. It may seem on the contrary of what you think you should do. I know it seemed like that to me at first when I first started out. I thought there's no way you could clean a house without pressure. But I promise by the end of this video, you will be able to do it. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this, but the easiest way I've found over the 4 years that I've been doing this is to downstream. Now, a downstream ejector on a pressure washer lets you add soap or chemicals to the water after it leaves the pump, so you don't risk damaging the pump. When you use a low pressure nozzle, the injector mixes the detergent with the water. Now, a few years back, if you would have asked me what the heck even is a downstream injector, I would have no idea what you're talking about. So here's the one that I get. I get it from Amazon. I'll put that'll be the first link down in the description below. Now, most all pressure washers have a place for a downstream injector to go on the pressure washer. They all look very similar, so this will give you an idea. If you go outside and you look at your pressure washer, you likely will be able to see something that looks like this. One of the main reasons I say this is the easiest way to wash a house because it's so easy to operate. This little barb up top, all you do is if your pressure washer came with a hose, it'll have an open end. You stick that hose right here on this barb, and the other end will have a little filter. You drop that in your solution. Now, with the majority of the sides of houses, it's going to look just like this one. It's going to have organic growth. And what you use to get rid of this is sodium hypochlorite, which is bleach in layman's terms. Now, as a company, I get a much stronger solution of bleach than what you would get from like Walmart. What I use is 12.5% bleach, and what you'll get from Walmart is anywhere from 6 to 8%. Either way, with the tube on the barb, and then drop the filter into the bleach and downstream the solution straight. Now, you're only going to apply the bleach straight if you're using a downstream injector. Just like I said earlier in this video, it already dilutes the solution through the downstream injector. Now, the majority of pressure washers come with a set of tips. The only one you need to worry about is the black one. That is the one that you will apply the chemical with and rinse. So your tube, you drop it into the bleach, use the chemical tip to apply the bleach, then take the tube out of the bleach and put it in water so you can still rinse with low pressure. Now, if you have a business and you're looking for something a little bit more sophisticated, I would recommend a J-rod or an M5 twist. A J-rod is just 4 different tips, 2 pressure tips, and then 1 low pressure and another low pressure shooter tip so you can reach peaks like I'm doing in this video. An M5 twist is my favorite tool. You can do a wide fan or close it up to get higher peaks. Mine also has a shooter tip on it as well. Now, the dwell time on the solution is going to be based on the weather. If it's really hot, you don't want to leave it on there too long, but as it gets colder, it needs more dwell time to work. Now, just like I was saying earlier in this video about using pressure and low pressure, when you look for a pressure washer, you really need to look for something with higher gallons per minute as opposed to pressure, because the more water that flows out, the gallons per minute, is the faster you'll be able to work. The majority of the time when I wash a house, I'm using my 5.5 gallon a minute machine to apply the chemical and to rinse. But in this instance, I applied with my 5.5 gallon a minute machine, turned on my other machine to have them Siamese together for a total of 9.5 gallons a minute to rinse all the solution off. Like I said, you'll be able to tell in this video how much quicker you're able to work with more flow of water. And that's really about it. It's super easy once you get the hang of it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll try to help the best I can.